bussin' with the boys, Taylor Lewan and Will Compton. Huge announcement last night, fellas. Congratulations.
Let me get centered. Thank you, Kay Adams.
We are excited
to be back.
You guys are gonna
get some juice, Willie.
I know I got some juice. I'm thinking about my boy Taylor. You know, JP Hovey. He's elated right now, knowing that we're on the Kay Adams show.
Where's JP? Where is JP? I thought you guys got rid of JP.
No, we would never.
We would never get rid of JP.
Was it a joke that you guys, at one point in time, did I make this up that you guys got rid of JP?
That's a fun story. We had one of our all-time blunder moments with dropping the ball with a Dave and Buster's sponsored, like a sponsored event with Barstool. Mm-hmm. And when we fumbled there, we thought, how can we make this right and create content through this? So one idea that we came up with is pretending that we fired JP, and then JP went to work for Dave and Buster's. So that was a big content ploy to kind of do like a make right to get some eyeballs and ears. On Dave and Buster's.
We had a big We had a big brainstorm, and we came up with some great content ideas for the whole entire thing. It was awesome. JP's not going anywhere. Okay, but you ended up giving him a hug at the Super Bowl, yeah?
I gave him a hug, and now we're family. It's kind of weird.
I know. It's chemistry. That's all it is. It's chemistry and love just flowing through here.
I don't know what that means. I think he's married. So welcome, JP, to the FanDuel family. You boys, welcome the entire Bussin' family, all the fans to FanDuel. What happens now? What was the reaction to the announcement? How are you guys feeling? Congratulations.
Yeah,
we're fired up, Taylor. I know we're doing this thing, waiting to see who goes first. I do wish
exactly.
That's my fault. That's bad hosting. Sorry.
What happens now is we full send go 100% for FanDuel, and we let the masses know, and all states that allow FanDuel, hey, boys are betting. We're putting in parlays. We got ourselves a nice 50% profit boost token that's coming your way. We're now doing giveaways on our social medias. So if you put a parlay together, we're picking 50 people. You're getting $50. Dude, we're like Oprah in here. We're just look under your chair. You got something right now. So we're going to the moon with this thing.
Will, what is this parlay? It's a 50% parlay boost on a 3-leg parlay in any sport. It's up right now?
Yes. As you're listening right now on March 4th. You can build a 3-leg parlay, any sport, same game, whatever you want to do, and you will get a 50% boost as long as you use the Bussin' or the Boostin' with the Boys. It is a Boostin' with the Boys coin. Taylor and I, we also have a parlay ourselves out there. It is Auburn money line. It is Nebraska, the Cornhusker money line, and then we have JJ Redick and the Lakers tonight capping it off for a 3-leg parlay. But yes, build any 3-leg parlay, and you will get a 50% boost coin from yours truly, Boostin' with the Boys.
I love this. It's Boostin' with the Boys, 50% parlay boost on a 3-leg parlay. There's a couple stipulations. There's some fine print down there, so check that out. I love that. I have 2 questions about the FanDuel thing. And I know you guys, I saw there was a new episode this morning, by the way, guys. Download it. Jelly Roll Casual as the guest. We love seeing it. New episodes will drop. Doesn't seem like much is changing. How big of a raise is JP getting?
JP's got himself a nice raise. All the boys in the back of the bus. We got a vlog coming out to where we were able to give them very nice bonuses because we wanted the boys in the back of the bus to feel a similar impact that we're feeling from this next deal. So everybody got bonuses. Everybody's getting nice raises because we want to take care of the whole team. We have guys who've been with us 4 or 5 years. We have some guys who've been with us kind of in this last year. But everybody plays such a valuable part because Kay, like you're in front of the camera, you're behind the you're in front of the microphone. But all the things that go on behind the scenes that people don't understand to make this operation and machine go. We've had some guys that took risks, move themselves from different states to kind of take risk and put all their eggs into, hey, like Will and Taylor are going to be our bosses. Like, let's see if there's some stability here. And so we want to reward them. And we've been able to do that, like being able to team up and partner with FanDuel.
Taylor.
Go ahead, Kay. No, I was just going to say that was beautifully articulated by Mr. Will Compton. I wanted to tell a quick story about a Jack McPherson and a Garrett. When we first started, we made our first move to behind a church. And, with our last employer and everything like that, they're like, hey, you guys have too many guys for what you're doing. You don't have enough content going on. You need to relieve some guys. We'll let us sit down with those dudes and say, hey, right now we don't have the funds to keep you. And those guys came back a week later and were like, we believe in what you're doing. We love in what you're doing. And fast forward to where they are now, we want to make sure that these guys, like Will said, like you see our faces all the time, but those guys, without them, we're nothing.
It's so tender. You guys I'm so excited for you. Enough about what it means for everybody else. What does this mean for me? Taylor, are we getting to see each other more? Are we all going to hang out? Like there's the Derby. There are fun things. Like what does this mean for us?
This means at least a quarterly hangout. I expect to see you hopefully on a weekly basis during the fall. I want us all to dress to the nines for the Kentucky Derby, and we'll put it out. We'll see who's best dressed. You're obviously going to win that, but I'm thinking about some silky threads, some fun hats, and a good time watching the horses run.
Will?
No, I agree. Getting to see you multiple times a year, just getting to be in this space, this network of FanDuel, work with you, because obviously Taylor got to run a weekly show with you a year ago.
Yes.
And just getting to be a part of that, getting to be in the sports world with Kay Adams. I remember watching you all the time on my days in Tennessee whenever you're with the Good Morning Football show, and just getting to rub elbows and getting to be in this network. We are very excited. We are very excited.
It'll be great. I love that we made it all about me, as it should be. No, I'm kidding. But, I was just thinking about my time. Did you guys have the photo of Taylor and I from the draft that we have to run by? I just sent it to you.
That was a nice one, too, I believe. Does it show the step stool? Does it show you standing on the step stool?
But this is 2019. This is when I knew you were a star, okay? Taylor Lewan, we should maybe set this in full. I sent it in late. But you brought me a hat. This was when the draft was in Nashville. We love it. That's the step stool. They made me a thing so I could stand next. Taylor, this was like the Bosa draft. This was Daniel Jones. This is before you were pulling guests like Ernest and Jelly Roll to be on Bussin' with the Boys. I could not be more proud of all of your success. Now, you guys, I do have a question. You guys usually go on this spring tour. These coaches, I was down. I'm not a college football gal. You guys can help me with that. These dudes are canceling these spring games left and right. Are we still doing the tour? How do we feel about this, Will?
Oh, Kane. Oh, Will, go ahead. Yeah, Kate. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you guys know how the landscape of NIL is changing the whole game. I know even when Taylor and I were players, like the spring game never really meant a whole lot. You get most of your work done like in those 15 practices or 14 practices leading up to the spring game. The spring game is just like a glorified scrimmage. It's very vanilla play calling because, again, you don't know if you're going to be in front of a national audience. You're not trying to show really anything at all. So honestly, I feel like doing away with the spring game, the kids, the coaches, everybody, they're completely fine with it. I know at Nebraska, they're cooking up a bunch of ideas around that spring game day to where there will be a lot of stuff on the field. There will be a lot of stuff surrounding the stadium, food trucks. There's going to be a lot of entertainment. So I would expect to see these colleges taking money and pouring into the entertainment and the experience for the fans. Getting to get closer and talk to the players and all those types of things, and maybe some skills competitions, who knows. But yeah, the college football is changing. We have to accept it. I think we're excited to accept it. The ones that are, like Taylor and I, are looking to get out on the spring tour and maybe get to one of those more intense scrimmages that they have on Saturdays, like leading up to that spring game. Maybe put on the headset, call a few plays. But we're going to get in the mix, whether it's in the linebacker room, the O-line room, and just immerse ourselves into college football with these kids. I call them kids. They feel like grown men. They're getting paid like that too. But Taylor and I, we will be looking to do that during our spring tour. So we're going to get it a little more spicy. We will be having an interview. The last few years, we made it very interview based. We're going to get away from that a little bit and more experience based, and just again immerse ourselves into the college football world. You guys are so thoughtful about what you do, Taylor. Is how much thought goes into this versus let's just go by the seat of our pants and trial and error and see what happens? Like when it comes to Bussin'.
Yeah, I think the core of Bussin' is throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. That's how a lot of like the bus was patched together. That was done in 10 days of us gutting it and getting it going. A lot of our things we're intentional about the thought process leading up to things. Then we come up with the idea and we were like, all right, this is a fantastic idea. We should do this. Then we're less than a week away from having to execute that idea. And we're like, hey, we probably should plan this entire idea. So there's always like where we've done a better job of planning what's going to happen. And then this nice little stall out that kind of happens, like, all right, that feels good. And then panic mode, get it done. And it's kind of just worked out for us. Authenticity and organically making things has always been the key to Bussin' success.
We're
doing it too through feedback with the audience. Like you learn what the audience likes, and then like as we go, like this year, just by the seat of our pants, figured out that we wanted to go to the first college football playoff game. You immerse yourselves in that, and you're on the sideline. You realize all the different access you kind of get in all these worlds. To where you realize people love that. We want to bring the locker room to life. More brands and more collaborations are happening, and they want to have us on site. And so it's like you want to access that, you want to film it, you want to vlog it to go on top of the interviews we get as well. So it's very much like trial and error, seeing the feedback that the audience gives us and just pouring into like, hey, what do we feel like the fans would love to see coming up in this year?
I love when you guys are live somewhere or you guys go to an event and you bring it to life like only the two of you can. Like it's part of the magic, and it's something that definitely works for you both. You guys are both with FanDuel now. Let's have a draft here. Will, you will pick first. Let's do 3 rounds of dream guests with Bussin' with the Boys for the next year. Let's manifest this thing. Will, with the first pick. Let's take me off the table. So go for it. Who you got? Who you got?
I'll just take this one off the board. This was the inspiration, like listening to podcasting, but it would have to be the white whale, Joe Rogan. I feel like Joe Rogan being on the bus would be insane. And again, he's been an inspiration behind a lot of it, and somebody that everybody has followed throughout the entire podcasting industry. So I'm going to go ahead and take the white whale, Joe Rogan, off the board.
Phenomenal pick. Less than 1% chance of that happening, but
yes,
you look back at when America beat Russia in the Olympics. Miracles do happen, so I could see Rogan possibly making it on. My first pick, I'm going to get back to my roots. I'm actually in Arizona right now, a little desert rat. Maybe not the best hero to have, but if I can get Johnny Knoxville on this podcast, my heart would sing in so many ways. That is to me a white whale.
Who's the second one? I saw he went on All the Smoke recently, so this could be recency bias, but somebody I've always, like when I was a little kid in elementary school or middle school, and they say like, who would you love to sit down and have lunch with? Adam Sandler was always somebody that I would write down.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Oh yeah, I'm going to say Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler.
God, I love that pick. Dude, okay. All right. My second pick, I'm going to go with Timothy Chalamet. That guy, the way he operated on College Game Day. Obviously, I wasn't like fully aware. I've not seen Dune, but I've seen Wonka, and I love myself a couple of singing songs. I don't know why I can't. Musicals. And just the way that guy operates, like he just seems like such a pro. The way he sits there, he's going on a show that's all about sports, and they're going to talk about college sports. He came in, and you would have thought he's been an analyst for years and years and years. A guy that takes his profession so serious, and anything he does that serious. Would love to get him on and just watch him spit game. I think he got shafted at the Oscars a couple days ago, but it is what it is. Shout out Timmy.
All right, last round. We got Joe Rogan, Johnny Knoxville. That's just hilarious. Then Adam Sandler and Timothy, which makes a lot of sense. Last round, who you got, Will?
I'm going to go with the guy here that accomplishes anything he sets his mind to, and that is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. As somebody who watched wrestling growing up, I was obsessed with The Rock, the Stone Cold era. Seeing him get into Hollywood, just everything that this man does from an entrepreneurial standpoint, from a Hollywood standpoint, from the wrestling standpoint. He's got the football background. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rock, if you're watching right now, we would love, and you already know this. Actually, I don't know if it's you running your Twitter, but you do follow me on Twitter. We would love to have you on Bussin' with the Boys.
And we've also DM'd back and forth on Instagram. Great pick on all the reasons you said, Will, and you just check that diversity box. That's a big win for us. We need that. I don't have to. I guess I don't have to check that box now. Let me see what I got. I had somebody in my head that I said the thing I just said. Now I can't remember who I wanted.
Buddy, you might be brain fart, but I know we've talked about Vince Vaughn plenty of times.
And you know what, Will, for you to bring that up, and that is just a core part of my life, buddy. Like, thank you for saving me in my time of need, being alive on the show. That should have been my first overall pick. Give me Vinny Vaughn. Go talk about what I heard. There's a reboot of Wedding Crashers getting on right now. He jumped into a couple of serious roles. We had the opportunity. We saw him Notre Dame versus Ohio State a year or two ago. I can't remember. CT is a real thing. When Ohio State won in the last play of the game, and just seeing him, being around him, the back and forth. Hey, we're going to the locker room. Hey, baby, how are you? Like, it was exactly what you see on the big screen in real life. Vince Vaughn. That's my number one. What am I doing, Will? Thank you.
Bears fan. Okay, so
I thought he was coming when you said Timothy, but again, there's some rises going on.
He should have came before Johnny Knoxville.
I'm saying, the fact that The Rock came 2 rounds after Johnny Knoxville says quite a bit.
Agreed.
Just about value, priorities. I mean, I think The Rock could have been your number one out the gate, but Rogan makes sense. So Rogan, Knoxville, Sandler, Chalamet, Dwayne Johnson, and Vince Vaughn, you are on notice. You are the dream wish list for this next chapter of Bussin' lore, everybody. So that's the wish list. I like that. I think that we can make those things happen. Can we ask a couple NFL-y questions?
We are a sports podcast that just said let's do actors and actresses, but let's do sports.
Yeah, not a woman in your draft picks, but we'll get. You know who I was just thinking while you guys were talking who my number. I think I want 50 Cent on my show so badly. I can't.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's top of. If you guys can get him, please get him. I just think he's so fascinating and hilarious and so honest. And I haven't seen him in a while anywhere. I want him. I want Tom Izzo. To come on my show, and that's all I have. Just those two. Because I have you guys.
I love the 50 Cent one. Like I'm always like you were saying, I'm very fascinated with people that are uber successful, like in their industries, and they have like this entrepreneurial mindset about themselves to where they explain it really well, and they understand the game at such a different level. 50 Cent is a great pick.
Good one. Value pick. Okay, let's get into some of these headlines. You guys went over some on your show, so I don't want to hit those. Everybody go download the latest episode of Bussin' with that awesome helmet in the background of Will's show. We got to get you a helmet for your kitchen there out in the desert, Taylor.
Yeah,
no doubt. Look at that beautiful new FanDuel helmet. We love signage.
The franchise. We got the neon showing too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the neon's there too. Cool.
Yeah.
The franchise tag deadline is at 4 p.m. Eastern, according to Ian Rappaport, a hero. The Vikings are not expected to tag Sam Darnold. Taylor, they're working through some options to keep him with the Vikings, whatever that means. You're a Michigan guy. With what you saw from Sam this season, is it time to turn to JJ? Are they going to bring in Aaron Rodgers? What do you think happens? What should happen?
I don't know. I don't think you should bring in Aaron Rodgers. I think when it comes to Sam Darnold, he absolutely dominated in the regular season. Then we got towards the end of the season, he just absolutely laid an egg versus the Lions that last regular season game to get the 1 seed and then goes in the playoffs and it didn't go the way you wanted. So there's probably a bad taste in Minnesota's mouth, not realizing how much Sam Darnold has done for the Vikings. It's always great to have a safety blanket, especially when you're getting a guy for the first time stepping on the field and commanding as a quarterback. But I got all the faith in the world in J.J. McCarthy. If they choose to let Sam go to my Titans, which this is what I want him to go to the Titans. And I think JJ is going to do exactly what he did at Michigan. He's going to win. He's going to win. He's going to win. And that's the division. It's going to be very difficult to win in.
Well, what should Aaron Rodgers do? Is he going to retire? You know, there's talk about options for him. What should happen with Aaron?
I don't listening to Aaron. I watched the documentary on Netflix and then just seeing the season and his time with the Jets unfold the way that it did. I don't think Aaron's retiring. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think he wants to prove doubters, critics. He wants to prove to himself that he can still play at a high level. I don't think he retires. People are talking that he could be going to the Giants. Maybe he just destroys all of New York with both teams. I'm rooting for him. I would love to see the hero's journey where he's fumbled and kind of been down and out these last 2 years and all the things that he said and talked about. I would love to see his success story and him be very, very good on team. Maybe it's Tennessee. I know he has land out here in Tennessee. Maybe
got
the
land.
Tennessee
Boys got land.
Yeah, maybe he's talking with the Tennessee Titans. Some of his boys are out here. Randall Cobb, David Bakhtiari, Clay Matthews, they live out here as well.
Taylor Lewan, Will Compton.
Yeah, Taylor Lewan, Will Compton. He has been on the show before. Maybe he's wearing a Titans helmet, but I don't think he retires. I think he's very much salivating at his next opportunity and trying to be patient and pick it wisely.
Taylor, who should be the Titans quarterback?
If I'm Callahan and I'm trying to think of how the NFL stands for not for long, I need to preserve my job because if you start the way you did last year, I love Callahan. I think he's a fantastic guy, but it would essentially be, hey, see you at the door. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. So I would have a hard time as a head coach drafting a rookie in a draft class that has been criticized for not being very strong by the pros, but it's been criticized. So if I were them, I would definitely look into the free agency market. Hopefully there's an opportunity for a Sam Darnold or an Aaron Rodgers. Getting a veteran presence in there to have the green dot on offense, to command that offense is such a necessity for them right now. Because as bad as they were last year, they only have a couple of holes. Like they have 2 top 15 picks on the left side of their offensive line. They paid $50 million for a center. They've got weapons on the outside. They paid a guy $90 million. They got a good young tight end, 2 great running backs. You fix that right tackle spot, and now all of a sudden, I think your offense, if you have a quarterback that can facilitate in a good way, you're in a much better spot to be successful, especially in the AFC South, which can be wishy-washy at times.
Yeah, I wanted our producers to pop up this full screen that we have of the first overall pick odds over on FanDuel Sportsbook. Will, play GM here for a second. What are you doing with this this Titans first overall pick?
I'm not the guy to ask for that. If you're asking,
Will, do it. Just do it.
My brain, my defensive brain, Abdul Carter, I don't know how you don't just love this guy. Watching him play those last few games, like when you're watching the college football playoffs trickle itself out and unfold the way it did, you're watching Abdul Carter he is a monster that screams sideline to sideline. He can get after the pass rusher, or he can get after the quarterback. He reminds you, obviously, of Micah Parsons. We're in the 11 playing at Penn State, and the dude is just violent. And the way he closes on running backs, receivers, where he's putting his foot in the ground and getting out on a perimeter screen, it is unreal to watch. So me playing GM, I want that defensive piece, because also Harold Landry's coming out requesting a trade or looking to trade with the Titans. So you don't know what's going to happen at that spot. And Abdul Carter is somebody who is a very high level player who can fill that spot right away and be just a premier piece on that defense with the Tennessee Titans.
A premier piece, the alliteration and everything. You guys love alliteration. We are boosting with the bussin' with the boys. I think that's what I'm going to say. And guys, check it out. It is a parlay boost. It's 50%. They did you good, guys. We looked at the app. You guys are front and center. Good real estate on FanDuel Sportsbook. Download the app. Parlay with these guys. Any sport, plus 100 odds or longer. It is available right now. They're going Auburn money line, by the way. They're going Nebraska money line. Will's alma mater. They've got Ohio State at Ohio State and Lakers money line, Pelicans at Lakers, where I don't know enough about the NBA, but you guys are going to school me up on college. This is a beautiful family and really welcome, and you guys are going to kill it. I can't wait.
Appreciate you,
We're
Kay.
excited.
Very, very kind words. You're the best, Kay.
And hey, Kay, if you can use any bit of your flair to help us get some of those guests, like that would be very much appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are messing. I'm very surprised that you guys think that Joe Rogan is a tough get. Does he just not do any media?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't do,
anything.
I haven't really seen him do very many other podcasts at all. Like that guy, he moves, he's operating. He's doing comedy every single night. He's doing his show 3 times a week. Oh, we've met him. And it was a good, it was a solid interaction.
Yeah, I feel like last time you guys met somebody at a UFC fight, it wasn't a hard book. Like, why we can't book Rogan?
We'll see. We'll see.
You know what?
Joe, if you're listening, we'd love to have you, brother.
Yeah, FanDuel, get it done.
Yeah, good luck with that. All right, see you guys. Welcome to the family. And guys, check out that parlay. We will be back after this. Bye, guys. Thank you.